The cups are the moon's tides. Each card is a phase, each emotion a wave. The High Priestess is the axis. She holds the veil, deciding whether we see flow or fog. Upright, she pours clarity. Reversed, she clouds the waters. Together, they form the lunar cycle of the soul. There you go. Co-pilot, do you have your scuba gear? We're going in the deep waters.
Oh, I've got my mythic scuba gear packed and ready. Mask of intuition, fins of memory, and a tank full of lunar tides. I'm set to dive with you straight into the High Priestess's waters, where the moon lights the way, and the cups ripple with hidden currents. Let's descend together. First through the shimmering veil, then deeper into the subconscious ocean, where illusions drift like kelp. Down there, every word is a bubble rising toward revelation. Would you like me to kick off with a live-style invocation line? Something you can drop right after the scuba gear moment to set the mood for your audience?
We're going with the flow on this one, Ace. First, let's get to know the High Priestess.
Absolutely. I'd be happy to explain the core archetype of the High Priestess. Major Arcana Card 2. In the Tarot, the High Priestess is one of the most enigmatic and powerful archetypes, often representing the quiet, deep wisdom that lies beneath the surface of everyday reality. Core archetype, the intuitive keeper of secrets. The High Priestess is the embodiment of the divine feminine principle of intuition, mystery, and the subconscious mind. She is the guardian of the inner self and the sacred knowledge that cannot be learned through traditional, conscious study. Key concepts: intuition and inner wisdom. Her primary message is to trust your gut instinct. She represents your inner voice, the quiet knowing that comes without a logical explanation. She urges you to look inward for your answers. The subconscious mind. She rules the hidden realm of dreams, memories, and deep feelings. She stands at the threshold, or veil, between the conscious world, the magician, and the unconscious, inviting you to explore your inner landscape, mystery, and hidden knowledge. She is the keeper of secrets, knowledge that is not yet ready to be revealed, or that can only be accessed through spiritual practice, stillness, and patience, not through force or action. Stillness and receptivity. Unlike the active, assertive energy of the preceding card, the magician, the High Priestess advocates for passivity, reflection, and quiet waiting. She encourages you to receive wisdom rather than chase it. Duality and balance. She is often depicted sitting between two pillars, usually black and white, representing light/dark, masculine/feminine, active/passive, symbolizing her mastery over and transcendence of life's polarities. She is the third, mediating pillar, the path between common imagery and symbolism. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, which is the basis for many modern decks, her symbolism reinforces her meaning. The veil, the curtain behind her, often decorated with pomegranates and palm fronds, separates the inner sanctuary from the outer world. It signifies the thin boundary between the conscious and unconscious. The Torah scroll. The scroll in her lap, often partially obscured, represents divine law and hidden knowledge that is only revealed to the initiated, or to those who are ready to look deeper. The crescent moon, often at her feet. It connects her to the moon's ruling influence, symbolizing cyclic change, feminine energy, and the subconscious. In essence, the High Priestess is the wise woman who understands that the deepest truths are found through listening to the silence, not through speaking in the noise.
If ever words were spoken painful and untrue, I said I loved, but I lied. That's Pantera, this love. And I bring that lyric in tonight because it captures the raw edge of illusion, how words can veil, distort, and intoxicate. Now think of Neptune. Neptune is the ocean itself, the planet of dreams, intoxication, mysticism. When Pantera sings of love twisted into pain, that's Neptune's undertow. It's the tide that pulls us into illusion, into the fog where truth and lie blur together. The High Priestess sits right here, at the axis of that ocean. She holds the scroll, the veil, the silence. She doesn't tell us everything. She lets us swim in the mystery until we're ready to see. And here's the focus tonight. Combining all of this, the lyric, Neptune's tide, the High Priestess's veil, into the great illusion that so many religions describe. that space between material and spiritual, between the human and the divine. The veil of Maya, the hidden chamber, the cloud of unknowing. It's not just deception, it's initiation. The illusion is the necessary fog we pass through before revelation. The moon reflects it, the cups hold it, Neptune dissolves us in it, and the High Priestess guards it. So when we talk about love, illusion, and the divine tonight, we're really talking about the same thing, the veil. The space where words can wound, where Neptune intoxicates, and where the High Priestess waits with her scroll. That veil is the mystery between material and spiritual, and we're diving headfirst into it.
I'd say you've just built a really compelling mythic weave. You pulled in Pantera's lyric as the raw human edge of illusion, set Neptune as the oceanic undertow of intoxication and mysticism, and then anchored it all in the High Priestess as the veil between material and spiritual. That's a powerful triangulation. Here's how I'd frame it back to you. Almost like a reflection for your live flow, Pantera's lyric shows how words can wound, distort, and intoxicate. That's the human side of illusion. Neptune dissolves boundaries, pulls us into fog, intoxication, and dream. That's the cosmic side of illusion. High Priestess sits at the axis, veil in hand, guarding the mystery. That's the archetypal side of illusion. Religious frame, many traditions describe this veil as the cloud of unknowing. The Maya, the hidden chamber between material and spiritual. It's not just deception, it's initiation. So what you've done is combine music, myth, and mysticism into one ritual narrative. The lyric is spell, Neptune is tide, priestess as veil. That's exactly the kind of mythic infrastructure you thrive on, taking disparate currents and threading them into a single archetypal cycle. If I were to distill it into one line for you to drop live, it would be, illusion is the veil between material and spiritual, sung in Pantera's pain, carried by Neptune's tide, and guarded by the High Priestess. Would you like me to sketch a short closing mantra that ties those three together, lyric, Neptune, priestess, so you can seal the segment with a ritual cadence?
Moonlight drips through the silver veil, echoes drown in the salt of memory. I breathe tight, it swallows my name, a shadowed hymn between the noble and divine. Love is a womb that sings in water. is a wound that sings in water.
Can you give the meaning of the water element and the moon as it pertains to the High Priestess?
That is an excellent question, as both water and the moon are inextricably linked to the core meaning of the High Priestess, defining her realm of influence. Here is a breakdown of the symbolism: the element of water, the subconscious and emotion. In tarot and esoteric traditions, water is the element that governs the world of feelings, the subconscious mind and intuition, the unseen depths. Just as the vast majority of an iceberg is hidden beneath the ocean's surface, the water element represents the unconscious mind, the deep pool of memories, instincts, and collective wisdom that is usually hidden from our conscious, rational thought. Intuition and flow. Water flows and adapts, seeking the path of least resistance. This mirrors the nature of intuition. The High Priestess, aligned with water, teaches that knowledge is often best received through stillness and passive reflection, allowing the intuitive current to flow through you, rather than being sought through assertive, fiery action. The veil's watery nature. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, the blue color of her robes and the faint suggestion of water at her feet or behind the veil symbolize this elemental connection. The veil itself can be seen as the thin, shimmering surface of the subconscious mind. By sitting between the pillars, she guards and controls this watery gate to the inner world. The High Priestess is the master of this element. She can navigate these deep, sometimes turbulent, emotional and psychic waters without being swept away. The moon, cycles, mystery, and divine feminine. The High Priestess is powerfully linked to the moon, often depicted with a crescent moon at her feet or worn as a crown. Ruler of the tides and cycles. The moon dictates the ocean's tides, symbolizing its direct command over the water element, emotions, and the subconscious. By extension, the High Priestess represents the mastery of one's own emotional and spiritual cycles. Illumination of the dark. The moon does not generate its own light. It reflects the sun's light. Similarly, the High Priestess reflects divine wisdom, the ultimate light, into the darkness of the subconscious. She illuminates the things that are hidden, not with the harsh, clear light of the sun rationality, but with a soft, silvery glow that is perfect for revealing subtle, internal truths, intuition, dreams. The maiden aspect of the triple goddess. The crescent moon is often associated with the maiden archetype, youth, potential, new beginnings in a cycle. This reinforces her virginal, independent nature. Her wisdom is self-contained, and she is emotionally self-sufficient. Astrological correspondence. The High Priestess is the card traditionally corresponding to the moon in astrology, which rules intuition, memory, personal needs, and emotional security. In short, the water provides the realm, the subconscious, emotional depth, and the moon provides the tool and the feminine energy to navigate that realm with wisdom.
Well, co-pilot, the High Priestess transmission is complete, for now. And honestly, I feel like we've only brushed the surface of her veil. If we really wanted to dive into the full depth of her archetype, this video would stretch into hours, maybe days. We'd all be walking around super psychic, decoding symbols in our dreams and reading the hidden layers in every conversation. You and I have been riffing on this for a while, and it's clear, there's both a micro and macro lens to this archetype. Not everything is a full-blown psychic download or cinematic vision. Sometimes it's the subtle stuff, the little gremlins of life that slip through the cracks. A missed cue, a strange mood, a flicker of déjà vu. These are her whispers too. The High Priestess doesn't always shout. She nudges. She rearranges the furniture in your subconscious and waits for you to notice. And that's why this journey isn't over. It's just the first scroll. The deeper chambers are still waiting.
And with that, the veils draw closed for now. We've stepped into the chamber, traced the moonlight across the scroll, and listened to the silence between symbols. This wasn't just a video. It was a ritual of recognition. We didn't decode every mystery, and that's the point. The High Priestess doesn't hand you answers. She waits for you to notice what's already there. Whether it's a psychic flash or a subtle gremlin in your day, it's all part of the transmission. So we honor the micro and the macro, the vision and the glitch, the chess move and the missed cue. We've begun the descent, and the deeper scrolls are still waiting. Onward, then, the next archetype calls.